Hey there, my friend. You know the biggest battle when it comes to fitness, it isn't the physical stuff. I know I've talked to you about this before. It's really that voice that just is inside your head telling you to quit, especially when you're tired or you don't feel like it or you don't see maybe it's just you don't see progress. But here's the thing. And I identified this really, I won't say early on, but I've just discovered this over the years, and this is why I do this podcast. Developing the right mindset, and I know a lot of us tell ourselves, oh, I just need to put my mind to it, but it's really a practice to develop your mindset. That's the key to staying on track no matter what. So I'm going to give you 5 powerful mindset shifts that you may or may not have heard, just so you can approach your health and fitness journey for life, not a little temporary thing. So before we get into all this stuff, hey, when you are ready and you want to dial in that focus of yours and really achieve all of your fitness goals to where you can achieve these for life, head over to talktoperry.com. That's wide open for podcast listeners, podcast viewers, so we can have that conversation. We do that in 15 minutes. Talktoperry.com is where that's at. So let's talk about getting into shape. Getting into shape, it's so much more than just showing up at a gym. That's all I thought it was for me, was just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But it's really, it really boils down to approaching how you think every single day. And that's really, really a big thing here when it comes to just applying these 5 mindset principles. It's going to help you stay consistent, really push through those moments when you don't feel like it, and it'll enable you to reach those long-term goals of yours. So some of these things actually come from the book Think and Grow Rich. There's a lot of parallels here. One is clarity of purpose, knowing why you're wanting to pursue that fitness goal in the first place. Besides, mine at the beginning was, I just want to lose the beer gut. But there was a deeper reason why. Why did you want to lose the beer gut, right? It's just not about losing the weight or anything like that. It's just really understanding that deeper reasoning behind what it is that to more energy. What's it going to enable you to do? Is it going to be able to enable you to play more with your kids or grandkids, avoid health issues down the road, just feel strong and confident in your own skin? What is that? What is your why? That's what should become your anchor. A lot of us, we just don't give credit to that, or we just kind of wave it away. And without that clarity of purpose, things tend to falter. So this is the type of anchor you tap into, especially when you think about quitting. And you know what? When it comes to quitting, every time you do it, you get better at it. So if you don't want to be a quitter anymore, do these principles. Number 2, emotional resilience. Now, I get it. I mean, fitness journey, it's full of ups, downs, sideways. It doesn't always go in the way you thought it would or the way you want it to. Sometimes it feels like nothing's working. I'm putting in all this time. The scale doesn't move. I don't feel any stronger. But that emotional resilience, it's what keeps you going, especially during hard times. Progress doesn't always happen overnight. And, there's going to be moments where you feel stuck. And if you can embrace that and just get behind that, that will be a big deal for you. And just know that every healthy choice you make, it does get you closer, even though it doesn't seem like, oh my gosh, I'm there right away. Results might not be immediate, but you've got that. Now, another one is just to forgive and move on. A lot of us, we don't forgive ourselves. I mean, you slip up once in a while, you might miss a workout or have a cheat meal, or maybe your nutrition is off for a day or two. Just don't make it a week or go into a month-long thing. Too often people make a mistake and they allow that to just snowball into a week, a month, or in my case, it was several years. So instead, just learn to forgive yourself quickly. One bad day doesn't define your journey. It's really how you respond to this. You see where these mindset strategies really, really work. Now, action before motivation. A lot of us, we're programmed to think we got to get motivated before we take action. It happens the other way around. Don't even do the motivation stuff. People believe they need to feel motivated before they take action, but motivation, it's kind of like trying to grab onto vapor or something like that. If you just find yourself skipping workouts when you don't feel like it, that's when to take action. Just get started. I realized that's where I was always looking for an escape hatch to get out of it. And so I created for myself a no matter what plan. And all it was a contract I made with myself that I would just get started and at least show up for 15 minutes. Most of the time, that's all I needed to just get started. That's where the momentum happened. And that's where the continuation made it from this temporary journey to a lifelong commitment. So that's what builds motivation. Consistency over perfection. I talk about this a lot on the podcast. It's that mindset shift where you're valuing consistency over perfection. I mean, many people think they got to see perfect thing. Things got to happen perfectly before they get results or even see the results. And in reality, it's the consistency. So that's what I started embracing. It was super simple strategy. Was all I did was I had a calendar and I put an X on the calendar and said, I showed up today and the next day and the next day. All I wanted to do was run a bunch of X's together across the calendar. That proved to myself that's consistency. And it showed me that and eventually I had to trust the process and the results would come. And that they did. They really did. But I needed to build those habits over time. Speaking of consistency, that's why I tell you, head over to talktoperry.com. We will develop a consistency plan for you so that you can really elevate that battery, that mental and physical battery, and really reclaim your power so that you can reach all of your health and fitness goals. Talktoperry.com. I really want to stress that. Get over there and let's chat about your goals. So, final thoughts here. Fitness is a journey, right? It's not a destination. It's about building those habits that are going to serve you for life. And when you look at, instead of fitness being a temporary thing that you're on this thing until you're not, that is just a lifelong commitment, you're going to have major shifts. I mean, use the shifts in clarity, resilience, forgiveness, taking action before motivation, even consistency. You'll not only reach your fitness goals, you'll surpass them, and you'll be developing a mindset that will get you through so many different things in life beyond fitness. Think of these as keys to success in anywhere of life. So really, it boils down to deciding and choosing yourself and your goals and looking at possibilities, learning and growing, and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Drop those down in the comments. We'll have a chat. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day, I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find the show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.